Hello guys, and welcome to this Make segment. I'm your host, Zach Anderson, and today we're gonna learn a little bit about coding and hopefully a little bit about block diagrams. So, what we're gonna do is, last time when we left off this MP3 player, we got so close to it running and playing our Ariana Grande song, but unfortunately it wasn't coded and it wasn't powered. So that's what we're gonna be taking a look at today. Let's jump into it. So guys, let's jump right into coding this MP3 player. So you can see I've got it right here. And of course, it's not working right now because we have to plug it in and program it. So I'm gonna get my old USB cable here, USB to mic mini USB. And I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna plug one end into my laptop and the other end into the board. And we're gonna hear a noise that's indicating that this thing is working. So you could hear that little so that means that our speaker is working, which is a good sign. What we're gonna do next is we are going to actually program this thing in Arduino. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna open up the Arduino IDE, and you guys can already see there's a little bit of software that we've already written here. But there are a few things that we have to do. The first is we have to assign the actual buttons to the pins, and the second is we have to initialize each of the buttons so that they'll actually work. So why don't we start off with initializing each of those buttons. Now this is something that we should all remember. It's a pretty standard Arduino command. We're gonna type set, what is it now? We're gonna type input, or pin mode, that's what it is. We're gonna type pin mode, and then the button that we want, and we're gonna call our play button. And then we're gonna say it is input pull up, okay? And we're gonna do this for each button, okay? So we've got a play button, we've got a next button, okay? Next button, and we're gonna say that's input pull up. And that pull up is because it has an internal pull up resistor. So we're specifying that we want it to just work when we press the button and it goes to ground, okay? So when we push that button, the signal goes to ground. We're saying that's what we want. That's how we want the button to work. So pin mode, and then vol down. Button, input, pull up. Fantastic. And remember, you need semicolons at the end of each line. Page up. Fantastic. Okay, so I've initialized my push buttons to be read as inputs, okay? So these push buttons are actually connected to the Arduino, and if we take a look at the board, at the traces underneath the board, we can see each trace that connects the push button to a pin on the Arduino. So let's take a look here at these first few buttons. So here we can see the push buttons on the top of our PCB, going from the right to the left here, and starting with this first push button, we can see that there are some traces, okay? There are some traces here, right? And these are connecting our push buttons to pins, okay? These pads on the Arduino. So each of the push buttons is actually connected to the Arduino in some way. Well, we first have to orient ourselves with the Arduino here. And luckily, this is a one-to-one. So if I look at this pin here, this pin is actually TX1 over here. The next pin will be RX0, which is here. And the next one, RST there, and ground, okay? And this ground pin is where we're gonna really pay attention, because that's gonna help us tell which way to count, left or right, when figuring out which pins connect to what, okay? So from the ground pin, okay, that's gonna be our point of reference. If we go to the left, we've got D2, D3, D4, and D5. And if we follow this trace from D5, it's gonna go all the way, and it's gonna connect to these two pins here. And these pins are for the blue push button, okay, the blue push button. So the blue push button is connected to D5. So let's go ahead. We can see here that none of the other ones are really connected on the top, which means that the traces are on the bottom. So we're gonna have to go to the bottom of the board. So let's do that. So now we're looking at the bottom of the board, And that means that everything is flipped from left to right, okay? So let's go ahead, let's find that same ground pin. So on the right-hand side, you can see here on the Arduino, this is the ground pin. And you remember that last time we went left? Well, now, if we find that same ground pin up here, this is the ground pin, right? Looking at it from the bottom, And as we go to the right, this is gonna be D2, D3, D4, and D5, okay? D2, D3, D4, D5. Okay, so it's been flipped. So let's go ahead now. We've already figured out the blue pin is connected to D5, or the blue push button. So next up, we've got the white push button, and the white push button is connected to D2, right? Following this trace from left to right. Our next white push button, if we follow these traces here, is connected to D3, D3. And finally, our orange push button following the trace is connected to D4. So those are our pin connections, all right? So now I can choose what I want each button to do. So how about, I can choose this however I like. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna say, now that I know that this is pin 5, this is pin 2, this is pin 3, and this is pin 4, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna say this one is gonna be play. So play is gonna equal 5. So let's go here. I'm gonna say play equals 5. Now, if I want the next button to be this one, well, 2, 3, 4. So I'm gonna set the next button to equal 4. So my next button is gonna equal 4. The next one that I'm gonna do is, let's do this one. This is gonna be my volume up button, and that one is pin 2, if you remember. So we're gonna set this one to equal 2. Okay, and then finally, we've got this button here, which is going to be our volume down, and I'm gonna set that one to, let's make that pin 3. And there we go, we've made all our button assignments to different functions. So, congratulations, we have coded our project and we are ready now that we've assigned all these pins to upload this code to our board. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm gonna go File, sorry, I'm gonna go to Tools first, and we're gonna go to Port, and I need to connect to the right COM port, so I'm gonna connect to COM port 4. And then once I've done that, I'm gonna select the right board, and this is a Nano. And then once I've done that, I have to select the right processor, and yes, 328p. So we can go ahead and we are going to now upload this code, and hopefully we don't get any errors. So uploading, compiling sketch, and it's loading, it's waiting, the anticipation is building. Is it gonna run? Is it gonna compile even? I'm on hands and knees, pins and needles. Oh, there we go. And you can see the flashing here indicating that it's reading and writing. And there we go, we just finished uploading. It says done uploading now, and hopefully this is working. But before I can test this to actually see if I have coded this correctly, I'm gonna have to plug in my USB. So we're gonna save that for a little bit later. In our next video, we're gonna take a look at actually building an enclosure, because right now, if I drop this thing, it might smash, it might break. So we need to think about what can we do to protect this circuitry, and that's what we're gonna be looking at next. But thank you guys so much for checking in and watching this video. I'm Zach, and I will see you guys very shortly. All right, so I hope you guys are ready for this maker challenge. So we learned a little bit about the Arduino and how to connect things up and program using typing. So your challenge for this maker video is to actually program an Arduino so that when I press a button, it turns a light on, and when I press another button, it turns a light off. Okay? And the components that you're gonna need to use is, of course, you're gonna need to use an Arduino, and these are all accessible on Tinkercad. So if you guys wanna compete in this challenge and you don't have an Arduino at home, you guys can use Tinkercad. But we're gonna need a Arduino. We're also gonna need a push button, and we need an LED. And these are the only components that we need. And so your challenge is to wire up these components so that when I push the push button, the light turns on, and then when I push it again, the light turns off. Okay, so that's it. That seems pretty simple, right? I know you guys can do it. If you click on code, you can see that there's blocks there. If you want to use the blocks, you can, but I would really recommend that you guys try and use, guys and gals, text here. So you can see here is that setup and that void loop. So I want you to just modify this code here. So if that makes sense, that's your challenge. Remember that you can follow us, ZenMakerLab, on Twitter and Instagram, and remember to use the hashtag DesignMakePlay when submitting your challenges. I'm Zach, see you guys later.